Hi friends, my name is Dave Rosenthal and I'm so grateful that you can spend this time with us. We are I'm here together with my family, my lovely wife Ilona Rosenthal and my father Marv Rosenthal, who's the Executive Director of Zion's Hope, and my mother Marbeth Rosenthal. And on behalf of all of us, I would like to invite you to join us this October for a spectacular time aboard the Azamara Journey for our magnificent Voyage Bible Mediterranean cruise. We are truly looking forward to this. It's going to be a very, very special time. We have traveled on Azamara before as a family with Zion's Hope, and I know that you loved it, right?
I absolutely did.
The ship is my favorite. I was on it several times, and I've been on a lot of cruises, a lot of places, but I think this is my favorite ship by far.
And I know, Mom, you loved it as well.
And I think that's because of the size, particularly.
Yeah, some of the ships that are sailing the seas are gigantic and a little bit impersonal, but Azamara is not like that at all. It's beautiful attention to detail and great service, but not pretentious.
That's right.
And you know, one other thing which I think is important because of its size, which is plenty large, but it is of such a size that it could get into a lot of the places where we want to stop and visit, where it's not big enough for some of the really big 3,000 seat passengers, but this is big enough and comfortable, but it can get into a lot of the ports that some of the other ships can't get into.
Right. So this October we'll be departing from New York, and this trip is all inclusive. So if you decide to join us, and we hope you do, we'll be leaving from New York and we'll be making our way to Athens. From there, it is an 11-day voyage from Athens, and it will include places like Corinth, Greece, the island of Patmos, and we'll come back and talk about that in just a minute. The island of Patmos to Mykonos, Greece, a beautiful little quaint island in the Mediterranean. One of the places, of course, that we'll be going to is Israel, and I'm super excited about that because we're not only going for just a stop, but we'll be there for 3 entire days. 2 days in Jerusalem and then 1 day in the Galilee. And most cruises don't go to Israel, period. But if they do, they may go for a day. We're going to be there for 3 days. And I know that's really significant because there's so much to see in the land of Israel.
And what even makes that more significant is the fact that you have arranged for us to have very nice hotels so that we can leave the ship. There's a lengthy drive to get to where we want to see all the biblical things, and we don't have to take that long drive back to the ship again. We have hotels, we can stay overnight, so we could stay visiting and seeing important things later into the evening, and we can get started early the next morning because we don't have the long drive to get there, and we have a couple of nights like that, and you have so scheduled it that we can not only see things in the south, in Jerusalem, good time over there, but we can also get up into the Galilee and other places. It really is spectacular, and that's the result of the fact that you planned it. So I think it's going to be extra special for those who join us.
This will be an all-inclusive package. Almost all of the excursions are included in the package price. So we will be with you at all of those excursions on all of the different locations. There's a couple islands which are probably some of the most beautiful places in the world. I mentioned Mykonos, but also we'll be stopping at Santorini, which is a magnificent island in the Mediterranean. The city that's there is perched, it's a whitewashed village perched on the top of a volcano, if you can believe, that has been submerged in the Mediterranean Sea. A beautiful spot to visit, and so that you'll be on your own to visit, and also Mykonos, but the other stops we've included wonderful excursions, biblical excursions, where there's going to be on-site Bible teaching. You'll be sharing, I know, in Corinth, and another colleague in Patmos, when we're on the island of Patmos, and I'll be sharing on the Mount of Precipice in Nazareth, overlooking the Valley of Jezreel, the site of the future Armageddon, and we'll be sharing so much biblical truth with you throughout the trip.
You know, sometimes I say that there are 5 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and also a good experience in Israel. To study the Word of God on the sites where the things happened is something that we cannot substitute anywhere else. And I know we're going to have a lot of teaching while we're on the ship, at sea, and also at the places that we're going to drop anchor. So it's going to be a wonderful experience.
Mom, did you want to share some of your past experiences or something that maybe stands out to you on these cruises or visits to Israel that you want to share with folks?
Well, I always enjoy going to Israel. I've been there now several times, but I enjoy seeing the faces of the people as they learn about what happened in the different locations, how it impacts them, and the messages that are given. They're given right there on site. It's not like hearing a Bible lesson when you're at home, but when you're there right on the location of where the things took place.
It's very
to
impactful.
watch the people and to see their expressions is a real blessing.
Great.
May I make two observations, having done this so many times, is people ask me, is it safe? I live in Central Florida, and I think where we're going is safer than Central Florida. It's very safe, or I wouldn't be taking my family there. The other thing is I get a lot of people ask me, what's the food like? And the answer I tell them is simply this: you'll go on as a passenger, you'll come off as cargo. The food is superb, and the time of fellowship is just unprecedented.
Anything you'd like to add in terms of your past experiences, particularly on Azamara?
Well, yes, Azamara Journey has been the ship that we had been on before, and it was a lovely experience, and like it's been stated before, the size of it is probably what makes it a nicer experience than going on a large ship, along with the wonderful service and food, of course, and also just the feel of the ship. It's kind of like a boutique hotel, so it's classy and comfortable, elegant, but not pretentious.
Exactly.
And I would like to
Those
add
were
one more
good
thing.
words right there. I
Well,
like
thank you.
those.
But I would add one more thing on sort of along what Mom is saying, to watch people's faces as they're learning, but also just the 3-day stop. It's a nice introduction for those that have not been to Israel before, to get a good taste of Israel, Jerusalem, of course, and then the area of Galilee.
Yeah, I'm excited about Israel in particular on this trip because we stop in the port of Ashdod, and for most of the passengers aboard the ship, they'll be traveling from Ashdod to Jerusalem and then touring Jerusalem, coming back, staying that night, and then going back the next day. And it's a lovely drive, but it's something that they'll be doing multiple times while they're there in order to see Jerusalem. We have scheduled, as you had mentioned, we have scheduled to be at a hotel that night in Jerusalem. So we can tour longer in the city, and we have a beautiful evening walking tour planned throughout the city. And Jerusalem is a city that's stunning in the evening, the way the walls are lit up. And it's just an enjoyable opportunity to walk through the city in the evening. So we'll be able to do that, stay at our hotel right there in the city, close to everything. And then we'll get an early start the next morning and be able to see so much more while we're in the city. And then the following day, we go up the coast to Haifa, which is a beautiful city in the north of Israel, on the port, the large port that's there on the Mediterranean. And the city kind of goes up the side of the hills, and it's just a beautiful place to see. And from there, we're at a great point to visit the Sea of Galilee, Nazareth, Capernaum, and of course take a small boat ride on the Sea of Galilee. So we're looking forward to that as well. So all in all, we are really looking forward to this time. I hope you'll be able to join us. Prayerfully consider it if you would. If you'd like more information, you can call us on our toll-free number, 1-888-781-ZION. Or you can go to our website and you can see our brochure. We have a full-color brochure that's in print. You can request that if you call us on our toll-free number. Or you can see this brochure on our website at zionshope.org. You can also make reservations directly from our website. Just go there, click on the Magnificent Voyage icon, and you can make your reservations right online. So again, from all of us, the Rosenthals, we truly hope that you will prayerfully consider joining us for the Magnificent Voyage coming this October. And we hope to see you there and spend a wonderful time of fellowship together as we enjoy God's wonder, beauty, and blessing.